Hello, cheers everybody, and welcome to Malty Monday. Today we're going to be looking into the Hazy / New England IPA. Originally started off as a New England IPA, but then as it started reaching outside of New England, other states started putting their own little twist on it, and it became a Hazy IPA as well. So right now on my panel, I do have someone down in the basement as well. I'll mention him because he will be brought up. But I do have Craft Beer Pours, Brandon, Brian, Thrash Metal Homebrew. Take that off so we can actually see your names, maybe. We got John and Ellie, Georgia Beer Reviews.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thomas Metal 75.
Hello.
And we got Flacco. Beer Reviews. Down in the basement right now, I do have Steve from Bear Man. So let me go ahead and we'll first say hi to the chat. Bring that up. Chat, we do have Miscellaneous Magnets. What's up? Thank you for joining in. Paul Middlefrew. Evening, gents. Oh, and you too, Craft Beer Pours. Thanks, Beer Pours responds back. Beerman says cheers, and Thomas Middle says hello to the chat as well. So let me bring up my little share screen here with what I could find on a New England IPA at the BJCP. And I want Chrome tabs. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. Because because all I see is the screen I just brought up. All right, so we got a specialty IPA. This was from February 21st, 2018 that they wrote this up. So New England IPA. This is overall impression. An American IPA with intense fruit flavors and aromas, a soft body and smooth mouthfeel, and often opaque with substantial haze, less perceived bitterness than traditional IPAs, but always massively hop forward. This emphasizes on late hopping, especially dry hopping, with hops' tropical fruit qualities lends a specific juicy character for which this style is known. We'll go down to comments. It says this style is still evolving, but this style is essentially a smoother, hazier, juicier American IPA in this context. Juicy refers to a mental impression of fruit juice or eating fresh, fully ripe fruit. Heavy examples suggestive of milkshakes, creamsicles, or fruit smoothies are beyond this range. IPAs should always be drinkable. Haziness comes from the dry hopping regime, not suspended yeast, starch haze, set pectins, which that would be from like bacterial yeast type stuff, or other techniques. Actually, pectins are from fruits, right?
Well, yeah, for the most part, yeah.
So yeah, hazy shine is desirable, not a cloudy, murky mess. I prefer the cloudy, murky mess. History, a modern craft beer style originating in the New England region of the United States. Alchemist Heady Topper is believed to be the original example and inspiration for many other interpretations that grew in popularity in the early to mid 2010s. Brewers are continuing to innovate and evolve the style, with the style trending towards a less bitter presentation of the point of making a mockery of the term IPA. So there we go. I'm not going to go through all the other stuff. So let me get back this, stop sharing screen. And what I will say is where this was talking about in the BJCP guidelines for this, where it was talking about being very tropical fruit forward. And then it talks about Heady Topper being basically the starting point of this style. heady topper is a very dank, piney type and slightly fruity, and super bitter New England IPA. So yeah, it's always changing, but I don't think the BJCP really did it justice as far as what the style was originally created around here, because I do think the murky look is more appropriate. But with all that stated, we're going to go over to Craft Beer Pours. He's going to be our first on the panel tonight to showcase what he brought.
All right, what's up, everybody? I first want to thank Bumpy Road Brewery and the rest of the panel here for tonight. This is my favorite kind of style beer, and I'm going to be trying one tonight that I've never had before. This is called Sole Purpose New England IPA. Hopefully the can art is picking up. It's pretty cool. It's a skull. You got the hops coming through the eyeballs and the vines going all over the face there. And this is clocking in at 6% ABV. And this is by Greater Good Brewing Company out of Worcester, Massachusetts. So this is a true New England style IPA here. There is some wording on the side here, which I thought was kind of clever. It says, India Pale Ale, Juicy, Haze, Bomb, Hops, and all that other keywords that you love. So this is supposed to be, this is a DEIPA, and it's spelled DEPAH, Shade of Soul by Sole Purpose. Deeper is pronounced DEIPA in our neighborhood. And our neighborhood loves New England IPAs. This IPA is generously equipped with Galaxy and Vic Secret and Mosaic hops to take your taste buds on a luscious, fruity journey. This beauty brings you notes of passion fruit, citrus, and pear, brewed and canned in Worcester, Massachusetts. So without further ado, never had this, so let's crack it open. Cheers. Let's give it a pour.
Cheers.
Cheers, CBP.
Yeah, cheers, man.
Right. So there is, let's turn it around here. What she looks like. Beautifully hazy. Got that straw-like color on there.
Yeah.
Beautiful looking beer. Smells good. Smells citrusy. Smells hoppy. Smells like a New England IPA. So cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Sorry, Bumpy. Am I supposed to say what I'm tasting now?
Yes. Yeah.
Just don't give it a rating. Okay.
Yeah.
So
just don't give it a rating.
Get out.
Right off the bat, mouthfeel is thin to slightly medium. Definitely not thick on the mouthfeel. Very nice hop presence, nice profile, juicy, but very subtle. It's got the passion fruit's definitely coming through on this one. It's crisp, little bit of bitterness, citrusy and light. Definitely a very crushable, I would say, spring to summer like brew. So I'm digging it. I love the color. I like the can art. And I will give you my official rating when it swings back to me here in a few minutes. So that is Sole
It
Purpose.
looks great.
Awesome.
New England.
Yeah, great haze. I love it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice, beautiful looking beer. So.
Thrash Metal, you're next on my list here, at least from what I can see. So you're going to be presented next. You ready?
I'm ready. All right, everybody, out of Aurora, Colorado, which is where I'm currently at, where I live. Dry Dock Brewing Company has a bold IPA called Dry Dock Hazy IPA. And this actually came out last year, and I've been hooked on this since its inception. I actually got one of the first 6-packs to do an online review, which is kind of cool. So a little bit about it. It's a hazy IPA with aromas of big passion fruit, pineapple, and fresh squeezed OJ. They brew with their special hopping technique to keep the bitterness extremely low and fermented with Quebec yeast. It's used traditional Norwegian farmhouse beers to help contribute and complement the tropical aromas and flavors of the hops. Just pour it up. And it's so popular, they're not making it a specialty beer anymore. They're now doing it year round, which is awesome. So I can get it. And a little bit about the beer itself. It uses Mosaic, Citra, and Amarillo. Grains are pretty much all from the pale side with wheat malts. So 2-row, unmalted wheat care foam. And it is 7% ABV, so it's not a light ABV, if you want to put it that way. The bubbles are pretty loose. It does lose a bit of its head after time. And the tasting notes, and I'm going to agree with what they have it written up here. Juicy hints of citrus, mango, peach, and pear with a real silky smoothness. This one's pretty, it's hazy, but you can't see particulates in there, big particulates. So it is probably semi-filtered in a way from them. But yeah, it's a really good beer. It just juice bombs your mouth full.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So you can't even taste the 7% on this thing.
Nice.
That's cool.
Very nice.
Nice. Dry dog.
Nice can art too, man. I like the little old school scuba guy.
Yeah, all of their beers are based on, dry dock, so shipyard, all that type of stuff. So the artworks all surrounds that. So cheers.
All nautical.
Cheers.
All nautical.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
And now we move to Georgia Beer Reviews, John and Nelly.
Hey. All right. So thank you, BuMpy, for having me on tonight. Great topic. The New England IPAs, kind of just getting into this style. It's not even necessarily, it's hard to kind of categorize. So I already poured this beer. I'm drinking the Wild Leap Truck Chaser Creamsicle Double IPA, which is a New England style IPA. It's 8.1%. It's got the hops that we're looking at, like orange citrus type hops. I poured it. Just poured another one there. Look at that. That is New England IPA at its finest right there.
Yeah, that looks good.
I mean, that is haze for days. Really good body. It's got the flaked oats. It's got the juicy.
It looks like a creamsicle.
It's got the hops in there that give it that juicy mouthfeel and body. It is 8.1%. So the aroma with this, Wild Leap Brewery is out of LaGrange, Georgia, by the way, if anybody's interested. Really good craft brewery. They were established in 2018. They won Best Craft Brewery in the United States for that year when they came out. So they obviously they know what they're doing. You get the creamy, I mean, you get that orange creamsicle type aroma. You're getting the hop character, tangerine, a little bit of grapefruit, breadiness. I mean, it smells like if somebody took like a marmalade and spread it on a piece of toast. That's what I'm getting with this. It just smells absolutely delightful. No alcohol whatsoever. I mean, you look at there's your appearance right there. It just looks absolutely delightful. The taste. Wow, incredible. One thing about the New England IPAs, I will say, this one is a perfect example. Okay, it has lactose added to it. A lot of the New England IPAs, they don't necessarily have lactose added, but there's in Georgia where I live, all the really good New England IPAs, they have lactose added. So you've got the flaked oats, you've got lactose, and then you've got the hop character that gives it that super juicy character from whatever the hops are. So this is one of those beers. There's a couple of them from Wild Leap. There's the Truck Chaser Creamsicle. There's the Strawberry Eclair. There's 2 or 3 other ones. They're all excellent. And it's not what you would think of when you think of an IPA. That's why the New England IPAs are differentiating themselves from these other IPAs, especially the West Coast style, the dank, the resinous, the piney. When you have a truly good New England IPA, this is what you're dealing with here. And this is one that is right there. I mean, it's excellent. And I'm blabbing on now. I'm just gonna shut up.
Sounds good.
It's a good beer. It's really good. I'm not a huge West Coast, dank, resinous, piney, bitter type guy, but with the New England IPAs, there's something to be said about them. And the ones that are sold here in Georgia, they're also lacto beers as well. They also do the lactose thing to give them that creamy mouthfeel. And I think that it complements the style. And I think that we're doing a really good job here with those types of beers in Georgia. So I really love this. I'll sip on it and I'll come back with a rating, but it's good stuff. Good stuff. I love the direction that we're going in with these New England style juice bomb type IPAs.
Awesome. Yeah, they're definitely going to hang around too because they kept saying, "Oh, it's just a phase, but it's been going on now."
It's not. Yeah, it's not
over
like
10 years, I think now, at least something like that.
Yeah,
and,
right.
We're going to bring up the next person from New England, out of Massachusetts. We have Thomas Metal 75.
What's up, people? Thank you for stopping by the Bumpy Road Brewery channel of YouTube. This is your boy, Thomas Metal 75. I got the big guns, so let's go. Trillium Brewing Company. This is their double dry hopped Congress Street. 7.2% on that bad, Larry. And this was canned on the 3rd of February 2020 at 10:38 a.m. p.m. Who knows? Who cares? So yeah, Congress Street is one of their signature flagship IPAs, and this is a double dry hop version, which basically means for the dry hopping purposes, it's meant to give the beer more of a hoppy aroma. And a lot of the New England style beer brands and companies that are making these kind of beers are adding dry hopping of various different hops or just doubling the amount for the dry hopping purposes. This one is Galaxy and Columbus hops, Australian Galaxy hops. Those are pretty popular. American Two-Row barley, white wheat, that's important. C15 and dextrin. The white wheat you can use, and you can also use a flaked oat, which is really important in these style of beers because it gives the beer that fluffy, smooth, silky kind of a texture that you associate with the style. And I think a lot of the time, if you try to get a style of beer like this, like a New England IPA, and they don't have the mouthfeel, to me, no matter how juicy the flavor is, you're missing out a little bit just based on the mouthfeel being off. But anyways, back to double dry hopped Congress Street. I mean, look at that. There is your New England IPA color
Nice.
for damn sure. And with a nice bone white looking head there in the IPA glass. This one is pretty hazy. At the bottom of the can, there is going to be some sediment. I haven't poured the whole thing in, but you're going to have to watch out with those. As BuMpy said, the murkier the better, I guess. Yeah, and the smell is just it's just really green and herbaceous. It's like it's a really fresh hop that they're using in this beer right now. It's coming off very green smelling, the hop. And I am getting a little touch of like a dank oiliness, but it's not in the pine sap category at all. I'm getting a lot of pineapple, in this one, a lot of grapefruit in this one. White wheat malt, definitely. I'm getting the wheat malts in there in a almost like a pilsnery crackery kind of a malt in there too. Not really huge 7.2, so that's smelling pretty good. And it just has a nice yeasty, fruity essence to it. So, cheers. That smells like a award-winning.
Cheers.
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 Ooh. Whoa. So, yeah.
Awesome.
The first thing that comes across the tongue, and maybe it's part of the head here, is it does have that really smooth, velvety texture from that white wheat malt. It's got a bite at the end. It's pretty dry beer. At the end is where you're getting a lot, in the back of the tongue is where you're getting a lot of the bitterness, but it doesn't stick around all that long. The yeast is definitely contributing to some of the bitter flavors that I'm getting at how it's sticking around. Definitely a lot of grapefruit and a lot of pineapple in this one. And I'm definitely getting some nice Pilsner crackery malts in the background too. Maybe a little peppercorn kind of a spice in there. But it is juicy as all hell, and it's a very nice drying feeling sensation on the palate. So not a hard one to drink at 7.2, but you're gonna have to watch out because you're gonna forget you're drinking a higher ABV after 2 or 3 of them. So watch out with caution. I mean, not really much else I can say about this beer. I mean, it's pretty awesome award-winning stuff. So I'm gonna sit back and relax and just watch y'all talk about New England beers. Cheers.
Cheers. So the next one we're going to bring up is Flacco. Right after Flacco goes, I do have 2 basement dwellers. So I will be throwing a couple people out just for a moment until we can come back and do the ratings. But here is Flacco from Texas.
Oh, Flacco.
Woo, yeah.
What's going on, everybody, man? So today I got the extended jam by the Distilled Brewing Company here. It's their Hazy IPA. This was my first time actually seeing this one in the stores near me anywhere. These guys are from Illinois, is what the can says on here. So I was looking at the website on these, and they're coming in at 6.8% alcohol by volume with the 55 on the IBUs. This is one of their seasonal releases. The hops on this one are Mosaic, Galena, and El Dorado on those. I've heard a lot of the El Dorados today. This is supposed to have like a jammy sense to it. So like I'm expecting some of that sweet smell on it. But I've never seen it. First time. So we're going to go ahead and check it out with you guys and get into it. So for 6.8, it's kind of on the lower end compared to everybody else's, man. But juice bomb nonetheless, supposedly. So with them hazy ones that we're expecting.
Looks like it's.
Let's see.
Yeah.
There we go.
Not too bad.
There we go.
Someone's got a lemony yellow.
Not too bad at all. Yeah, it's definitely a lemony yellow look on it. But it's not, I mean, it is cloudy, but to me on my side with the light, I can still see a little bit. It still has a little transparency to it. So it's not just clouded up or all fogged up. It's really on the lighter end. Almost like when you take it out of the light, it almost gives off like a golden greenish glow to it or something. The head is really pale white, really loose little bubbles on there, not too much in there. But it gives, oh my God. It does give off a sweet smell. It smells like, to me, it smells like almost peach jam, like peach jam, like a peach spread. I get a little bit of crackers on there.
Hey now.
A little bit of pininess, man. A little bit of good citra in there, like some little bit of orange, so some orange peach on there. But all in all, it smells great, looks good. Go ahead and dive into it with you.
Cheers.
That looks really good. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Oh man. Oh wow. All right, so no peaches. I don't know. I don't taste peaches too much. Well, actually, now I do. They're on the back. So you get like a pineapple. You get a pineapple right up front. It's the first thing that says hello to you. It's very juicy, this whole thing, but it's also very, very crispy at the same time. You're getting that Pilsner effect to it, that very crisp, very sharp taste to it. But it's the pineapple, then it kind of flows, disappears, and then you're greeted by the peach at the back end. Hardly any bitterness for that 55 on the IBUs. I was expecting that to come through a little bit more, but it's just juice all the way. There's a slight bitterness. This is very good, man. I would definitely pick this one up again, man. Juice bomb all the way for the taste, pineapple and peach. If you love those two flavors, this is the one, man.
Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's it.
All right.
Wow.
So we are going to go back to full panel right now. Like I said, I'm going to drop out a couple people just to bring in the two that we have in the basement, let them go through their tastings and all, and then I'll bring you guys back up. So if you don't mind staying in the basement, or if you drop out, you can always come back as well. So I guess Craft Beer Pours and Thrash, you two were the first to go, so you will be the first to go right now.
You are the weakest link.
But
Goodbye.
I do, yes. Thank you guys for coming in and giving your tastings and
Voted off the
stay
island.
tuned to do your scoring.
Stay in a bit.
So I hit remove from stream, right? That doesn't remove you
Right.
completely. Okay.
Yeah, I'll put them into the basement. Yep.
Okay. I didn't want to boot them out. Okay.
Basement dwellers. Oh shit. Oh.
And with that, we're gonna add Beerman and
Wow.
Drunken One. So
Got no Texan.
the next one on is going to
Yes,
be
man, remember that.
Beerman. So I'm going to present Beerman and go.
Why, hello, everyone. BuMpy, thank you so much for letting me be here today. So I got one from Migration Brewing out of Portland, Oregon, local to me. It's the Hazy Legs. It's I did a little bit of reading on it
Go.
today, but
Where'd he go?
oh, what happened?
He's going.
You want me to keep going?
There you
Technical difficulties with Flacco's then.
Yep, it sure was. My bad.
Easy legs. Yeah.
All right. So this is a hazy IPA, 40 IBUs, 6.6, 16 fluid ounce can. It's about 3 months old, actually, 11/6/19. So I don't know. It's got Galaxy Cashmere and Idaho 7. So there's just this going to be a conglomeration of like different fruits and tropical fruits and citrus and floral and all kinds of weirdness going on, I imagine. But let's go ahead and open it.
That's a heady talker right there.
It's definitely New England style. Got kind of a grapefruity looking color to it. White head, 2 finger high. It's very citrusy, very lemon. I get a lot of lemon and grapefruit and a little bit of floral. Maybe a little pininess as well. It is definitely like a deep, rich, murky yellow. Kind of looks like grapefruit juice or a light orange juice. It's just real murky looking. What about a medium rising bubble? Legs are already starting. I mean, it's already nice and stuck to the glass. Hazy as could be. Can't see through. You can see shadows. Let's taste this. Weird, man. Oh, the finish has like this weird star anise, kind of like a black licoricey kind of weirdness going on, like earthy undertone. But it brings out the grapefruit and a little bit of orange, maybe some a tangerine orange, tangerine or grapefruit. Weird pineapples coming out of this. Some stone fruits, maybe some peaches coming out of this as well. It's sweet. It's got a bitter, dry finish. Finished pretty long. It's about 75% of the way down. It starts to dry off right before it goes down. So it's not bad. It lets you taste everything real well. It goes all around the palate with just a juice bomb. It's really nice. But yeah, no, this is a wonderful beer. It's up to par with what they said. So definitely. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Drunken one.
Oh shit.
You ready? Can you?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready as I'll ever be. Damn, beer's getting warm.
Okay.
Damn, all these panel members.
Here we go. It's the drunken one.
Cheers. Hey, well, take one. Hey, first of all, thanks for having me. Bye, Mr. Bumpy Road.
I appreciate everybody for showing up for this.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I was gonna do this, but my Senor Flacco brought one that was the same brand, so I figured I'd swap it. But what I did bring as a second is one called Wheeze the Juice. Wheeze Juice is put out by Champion Brewing Company. It's from Virginia. Give me just a second. It's over here on the other page. It is from Virginia, United States of America. Yay. This is 6.4%, and it is. Don't rush it. You can do this. What was it? Damn. What was it? It was the IBUs. 6.4%, and it's not rated with IBUs that I'm seeing right there. Anyway, here we go. We're going to pour it into. I broke my nice ass Speaklow glass, a lot like what Thomas Metals got. So I'm going to pour it in this little tulip glass, and we're hoping it's going to be hazy because that's what I hope I brought. I have had one of these before, but to be very honest, this is not the right thing. Holy crap! It's not hazy whatsoever, boys. I brought the wrong thing. Should I break out the other one? We'll just nix this glass and come back to another. Okay, I'll do this one anyway.
Do the finger test. Can you? How clear can you see your finger through it?
I can see. Can you see my finger through it? No, it's not a hazy IPA. I'm sorry, guys. This one says it's. Oh, here it goes right on the can. It's 54 IBUs. It says Wheeze the Juice is a juicy IPA, dry hopped.
It is.
For mac flavor with mandaria. I can't pronounce that shit. The Mandarina Bavaria. Who? I did it. Who? Score. El Dorado and Cascade hops. I thought this was going to be a hazy IPA, but it is not anything of this sort. But we're going to work with it anyway. Sorry I didn't fit the bill. Maybe this one would have been better.
Hey, you read the word hazy in that can.
The other one says, the other one now, and I should open that one, says Tart New England. It says New England on the can. New England style India Pale Ale with grapefruit.
I thought you just read I thought the can you just read hazy on it. That should work.
I tried real hard.
It worked. It's going to.
It didn't work. Okay. So here we are. Smells like snot and grapefruit. You know me. I don't do these things so well. It smells like grapefruit. Smells pleasant. Smells spring. Smells like something you might have around a pool. It is full of bubbles, and it's got a nice little half a finger cap on it. My camera sucks. Otherwise, you would see a bunch of fine bubbles rising up from the bottom, and it really is quite bubbly like that. Oh yeah, we taste it and smell it and this stuff, and then we give the grading later, right? All right, so here we go. we're gonna put it in the mouth. You know I'm not giving these things that. So a little warmer than I'd like because I was in the basement burning beer boxes, but yes, it has a it's definitely citrusy and a little dry on the finish. It's pleasant. I don't hate it right away. I'm not real good with descriptors, so this won't last long, guys. But so far so good. Yeah, it's mainly pineapple, citrus fruits, maybe a little orange, tangerine, maybe. But lots of pineapple overall is the pineapple. As for glass lacing, it looks pretty good like that. It's sticking to the sides like you think it should be. Yeah, so far so good. And I guess I'll get my rating here in a minute. Told you it wasn't going to take long. That's what she said.
Awesome. All right.
Cheers, Gary. Thanks for having me, man.
No, thank you for coming on. Flacco does say that you don't have to drive tonight, so go ahead and double fist it.
Okay, sweet. I'm in. Thank you. Flacco says so.
The beer that I brought, now it does not state that it is a New England IPA or even a hazy IPA. It does only say that it's a double IPA, but I have had this, and the owner of the craft beer store I go to said that this is a New England style IPA. What it is, it's from Mason's Brewing Company. They're out of Brewer, Maine, and it's Double Hipster Apocalypse.
Nice.
So you got the two skeleton folks there holding hands. One of them says Stephen King rules.
It's like the single version. That one's very good, the single version.
Yes, this comes in at 8.2% ABV. They did not put a canned on date on this, but it was new to the craft beer store I go to. So
I think some of the brands, when you get like a 4-pack on the top of the plastic where they house the 4-pack, sometimes they put a little label.
Yeah, a little label on it. This one didn't have anything, but like I said, it just showed up. So I would say it's within a month of being canned.
Yeah, that one's gonna fit the bill pretty good.
Yeah, it looks hazy already.
All right.
Nice. Wow. Yeah.
So yeah, it's got that nice tight white bubbled head. The coloration of the beer itself is that kind of gold color, and it is hazy. See, D1, you can't see my fingers.
I don't feel so bad.
All right. The aromas on this. A little bit of like a grapefruit. Pineapple, a little bit of an earthy undertone to it.
Any alcohol?
Oh yeah, right.
I don't notice alcohol in the aroma.
Sweet.
Yeah, nor did I. Yeah,
but I do notice there is like kind of a hop burn in my nostrils from it. So
yeah, that sounds like it's fresh.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of grapefruit, pineapple, earthy undertones. Let's go in for the first swig. So cheers.
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 Party on, guard.
Party on, wait.
Yeah, I get kind of from the malt anyways. There's kind of a white bread flavor, maybe going into a cracker-esque. Kind of a little bit of that kind of hop, like fresh hop, like the green hop note. It's not that fresh. It's not like this thing is only like 2-3 days old. This is, like I said, I've had it for at least a week, so a week or more in age. So a lot of the greenness should have started disappearing by now, I would think.
It's got some nice lacing to it.
Yeah, a little bit of a citrusy kind of rindy note. And then there is kind of that earthy undertone that does come up. So big juice bomb, not really. The aromas would have they left me believing this would have been more juicy to the palate, but it's kind of just a citrusy, rindy earthiness. I do have a little bit of a burn in the throat. I'm not sure if that's from the hops or if that is from an alcohol presence.
Maybe yeast.
Body on this one feels about medium. It's pretty wet. And there's just a very, very slight hint of any softness. Carbonation's about medium in this as well. So, yeah. All right. So I am done with this tasting on this. So let's go ahead and bring up full panel. And
I need to retract the statement, man. On the website for my beer, it said 55 on the IBUs, but while you were talking, I'm looking at the can here. It says 70. So yeah, they're like way off. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
There's that thing about IBUs just being a perception anyways, where like it might label it as being higher, but they don't always give off the same type of bittering effect. You can have lower IBUs in some beers where they taste more bitter than something that's saying it has 100 IBUs. So
Right.
But it's crazy that the website would say 55 in the actual can.
Maybe it'd be different.
Yeah, that's happened in a few cases with different breweries where they host something and.
But I feel like it's more towards the 55. But then again, I just looked on the can too, and it says this one was canned December 31st. So just a little outside of 6 months.
Maybe they changed the recipe in 2020.
You never know. Yeah, you never know, right? They made it less expensive is what they did for them.
But we'll go ahead and I'm going to drop myself out right now. I'm going to bring up Craft Beer Pours so he can go through his rating of his brew, and then we'll move on to John and Nelly.
Yeah, boot me out
and then go through there. We'll bring back Thrash as well.
Boot me out too. You can boot me out too because I'm gonna grab another beer.
Okay. So I'll boot Flacco and myself right now, and then bring up Thrash and Brandon so they can go through their show.
Okay. I mean,
okay.
John's back.
Take 2 seconds.
Yeah, so it's not gonna take too long. So I'll do Craft Beer Pours goes first, then Thrash will go, and then John, and then Eric will go through it the way that it's listed up here because it's going to be all kind of messed up. But here we go.
All right,
you got this, baby. You got this.
Got this. Remove me from stream. Exit. Shut down.
All right. So he said craft beer. Oh, Brandon, then craft beer. No, I'm okay. Is that the way it went? Yeah. I'm paying attention so well. All right, Brandon, it's on you, man.
We'll go
this way.
I think. All right. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Back.
A little bit of a recap. I am finishing up the Soul Purpose New England IPA, clocking in at 6% ABV.
Nice can.
Yeah, cool. Really cool can art on there. I like it. Got a little bit left. I've been nursing it just to finish it off here. So as it's kind of warming up, a lot of pear is actually coming through this. Citrus, passion fruit, pear.
Bubbles.
It's good.
Bubbles, right?
Good. It's good, but it's not great.
Okay.
I've had a couple things from this brewery. They're okay, but living in New England, I can get some really, really stellar New England IPAs, and they don't quite get there for me. Like Spyglass, Backyard, Treehouse, Trillium.
Mm-hmm.
There's some like 99, 100 level breweries in this area that are all right in that wheelhouse. And this one, very good beer. If you're outside of New England, it's probably going to be way up there. But I got to compare it to what I can get. So for this one, Definitely a very decent beer, nice beer, but I'm going to go with my final rating of a 94. I'm going to go with a 94 on that.
Okay, yeah,
solid beer, but not great beer. Would get it again, but not quite on the top tier of what I know I can get. So
yeah. Okay, 94 that's solid. That's a good looking beer. That's easy, all right. It's a good looking beer.
Yeah, cheers.
So cheers, BuMpy. If you want to help me out so you can come back in so you can blow up people, that would be
there you go.
cool.
He's got it going on now.
All right, so Dry Dock Hazy IPA, like I said before, I've been drinking this one since its inception, and they Dry Dock is one of the larger breweries in my area, not for the state. You know, Colorado is kind of like one of those blow up, microbrewery places like the West Coast, of course. But to be real quick, it regenerates its head a little bit. It doesn't stay long at all. As it warmed up, I can get more pineapple, more mango in this. And my rating on this, I'll give it a 97 and a half.
And a half. Woo.
And a half?
And a half.
Say it's not so.
0.5. Johnny.
Go, John.
Johnny, you're here for the ratings.
All right. Well, I've got the Wild Leaf.
Wow,
Chaser.
Right.
Creamsicle Double IPA. I mean, look at this pour. Look at it's a straight up New England. I mean, look how creamy, dreamy, delicious that looks.
I love. You know what? I really do like the idea of putting lactose in it too.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Come on.
True that.
So, this is a winner.
So what do you think, John? Give it a number, baby.
I would give that a number. I'm going to give it a 97.
Nice.
Wow, really? Like that?
Wow.
All right. Wow.
97.5.
How about 97.6?
That sounds like a radio station. Sounds like a radio station.
Cheers, John.
Cheers to you, sir. Yeah. Cheers to you, sir.
97. 97 out of 100.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sweet.
With that said, John, do you want to go in the basement for a second?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't bounce on his alley.
Yeah. Love you, baby.
97 out of 100. I've already done.
They drink malt liquors in the basement. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's why I'm wanting to head back. Hurry up. Let me get my score. we're drinking 40s of fucking Mickey's down there. Come on now.
So, Thomas, you are up for your scoring on this one.
All right. Final smell something fat back with y'all. We got the double dry hopped Congress Street from good old Trillium Brewing Company.
Salute to Congress Street. I've had that. One time it was sent down on a beer. I hate to interrupt, but
Yeah, go ahead.
One time by Average Joe, Beer Patrol, however you might know him, that was sent down for me. It wasn't the double dry hop one, but it was the Congress Street, and that was an awesome beer. Probably the best IPA I've ever put in my face, that one. That's a really good beer from Congress Street.
On that one. Yeah, that's my favorite IPA.
It really is.
This and just normal everyday Congress Street is just interchangeable. It doesn't matter to me, although a double dry hop, for whatever reasoning, is getting better ratings. Usually, it's probably no pun intended on it being double dry hop, but it is definitely a drier, less sweet mouthfeel. So if that's what you like in your IPAs, in your hazy IPAs, then go for this one. I'm going to rate this one a 97.487 for you.
653.
Yeah, I mean, this to me is just the version of a New England IPA. I think if you compare this kind of beer from Trillium to Treehouse, which is the big boys in the brewing of this style of beer, I think Treehouse is a little bit more straightforward. You're getting the juicy flavors of hops, and that's pretty much it. With the Trillium stuff, you get more of a complex beer. You're getting more malts and more yeast components playing with the beer, and it's a little bit more of a complex and interesting drinking beer. So yeah, 80 or what did I say, in the 97 range. Why not? Cheers, people.
Yeah.
Go get you some if you can. Only real downfall is you're gonna pay for this style half the time. You're gonna get a $20.20 4-pack out of this bad boy. So not economical. So get it every now and then. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you get what you pay for. Yeah.
You get what you pay for. Damn straight.
Cheers.
Definitely.
And if every beer could taste like the bottom of the can, where you're getting all that nice yeasty tropical fruit note, that's the coolest part of these beers to me. So
we're gonna have to do a trade because I need to try that.
Yeah, that's really good stuff from up there. That's really good stuff.
Yeah.
Very good. So Flacco.
I'm back around.
Yes.
Flacco, what's up, buddy?
He said, "Who, me?" I know that guy.
I know who that guy is. So we're back to this extended jam, right? So, I mean, if you want me to give it a score between 1 and 100,
You do whatever scoring you want to do.
I'm gonna whatever I want to do, eh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
You can do Flacco's 15 point.
That sounds like John's Brooklyn.
Yeah, doing a no score. Let me tell you a little something, eh?
This beer right here make you want to slap your mother, right? Get out of here. But this one right here, on some real stuff though. This one right here, man, I would have to rate it like 96. 96. It's really good, man. Like it's exceptionally good. Like I was just thinking, as I was finishing up, and I was going down towards, because this is my second can as I've been talking with you guys, man. It's that good.
Yeah.
When you get down to the lower end, man, it almost reminds you like you think you're sipping on like some pineapple mango soda, like but more fruitful, more hazy, like it's just more rich than that. It's really good. I like I said, I gave it a 96, man. It's stupid good. I might have to pick this up more often. It kind of upset me a little bit when Drunken was said he got its brother beer in for like freaking $4, and so I'm paying like $11. I'm just like, what the heck, man? Either I'm getting ripped off or he's getting the hookup. So I hope
it was $4.99 for a 6-pack of these. $4.99.
Yeah, I hope he's getting the hookup.
I didn't drink that one.
I would pay $11.99 all day long for this one. It is good for a 6-pack of these. It's the bomb. It's good.
I feel like opening the wrong can now. It's fine.
Cheers. It's good, man.
Cheers.
All right. Is it my turn?
We can give you 2 minutes to go back and do another one. No, it's Bearman's turn.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, please. Yes, please.
My brother Beer Man.
Your time.
Beer man.
It just got warm, man. And as it got warmer, I got more of like a peach orange grapefruit coming out of it. It was very dominant as it warmed up. And I forgot to mention the body was a medium body with a creamy mouthfeel. So it was real nice and fluffy in the mouth, really nice and nice, elegant beer. It's really sweet and perfect. It's not worth a 5, definitely out of my scale. It's probably about a 4.25, pushing 4.5, but I'll give it a 4.25. I didn't really like. I don't know. I guess it was okay. It's just I've had other ones that tasted better, so I not a bad score. So
yeah, it's not a bad score. Yeah.
So
the more you have, the more
black
you have.
licorice? Was it black?
Yeah, that's something to say.
at the first, maybe it was what I was drinking. I was drinking this prior, which was another IPA from Hopworks, but I don't know if that's what did it or not. But I got like this weird earthy kind of floral black licorice-iness in the back. Just a slight, very light undertone though.
Do you think it was because of the date? Or, I mean, I wonder if you went and got a new one, one that's recent. I wonder if you might have a different taste because you said it was a little old.
3 months old, is pushing it. So yeah, no, I want to try something earlier, at least a month,
Yeah,
I'll have
within
to
a
go
month.
back and look at the date.
For sure.
It's important.
Good stuff.
Cheers.
To be quite honest, everybody's beer on this panel so far has made me want to drink it. You
Sell your nice. Yeah.
Drunken one.
Oh, it's on to me. Oh boy.
Well, yeah. What do you
Golly.
give you hazy? What do you give you hazy? Not hazy.
Holy crap! I think I brought my Chevrolet to a Corvette convention. I know they're the same brand; they're all beer, but wow, yeah, mine is nothing like with those dreamy, decadent sounds you make these beers sound like. Mine isn't terrible. It's all right. It's all right. Oh yeah. In case you forgot, I have the Wheeze the Juice by Champion Brewing out of Virginia. It's not terrible. It's not awesome. It's not what I should have brought tonight for sure. Makes me want to crack that other one open before we end this thing. But anyway, I guess my number is the medium mouthfeel because I kind of forget about that. I don't. You don't feel the 7% at all, and you don't taste it anyway. You don't recognize it. Maybe you feel it a bit because I'm maybe I've had a couple of beers before this, but either way, I will give this I'll give this an 89. It's not quite into the A range unless your A range starts at 90. I've had better IPAs. It's got cool can art. And it's kind of cool like that. I thought anyway, but it's not awesome. I would drink it again if it weren't really expensive. It's not terrible, but it's not awesome. So I give it an 89.
But you should do it. You should do us a favor and go ahead and crack that other one.
Crack the other one, right?
Chug that one first. Yeah.
Chug. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Whatever. I want that Congress Street Thomas has got. Okay, Eric, God damn it.
Yeah.
Give it to him, Eric. Come on, hand it over.
Oh, nice chug, brother. Nice.
Wow.
Where's Eric? Give that beer. Give that beer. All right.
So
we'll crack over the other one.
I'm kind of in the same boat, I think, as Drunken One. I wish I had brought another beer because I do have. This one's a much better New England style IPA. Just says IPA on it. But yeah, the beer that I did
more hazy
overall, where it had like kind of the aromas that were quite nice, and I was expecting more of the kind of grapefruit and pineapple and stuff to come through in the flavor. And it really didn't with this beer that I did with the.
I literally sniffed the foam
with the Masons.
I didn't mean to spoil it. I fucking literally sniffed.
No problem. We'll go back for your second rating, Drunken One.
Okay,
but I'm gonna land this as a 90 out of 100. It just didn't have enough juicy notes coming through. Could have had a smoother mouthfeel, and yeah, it was just too much on the kind of citrus rind, and kind of the earthy tones were in there, very present. This one's a real nice one. This one gives some good grapefruit and pineapple, and it sticks through and through. So, Drunken One, you just pour your other beer?
Holy shit! Now I should have done this to begin with.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to bring Drunken One back up, and then you can talk about that real quick.
I don't want to take the show.
Oh no! Okay, well, just talk about it real quick, Drunken One, and then
I will talk about it real quick. I will talk about it real quick.
We'll close this down. Okay, here we go.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I don't know how to
thing is real quick with him.
The brand name, but what they said, I'll try to make it quick. What they said in the little description down there below it is a tart New England tart being the thing here. New England style India Pale Ale with grapefruit. This is a nice tart grapefruit ale. If you're going to go out and find something, no, this I'm going to give a quick rating right away. I just had a couple sips off of it, hadn't warmed up or whatever. This one right away is a fucking 96. Just get off of it. Now you want to go out and find you one. Check out that same brewery that Flacco was showing you, but get that in your mouth if you like tart and you like grapefruit.
Don't put it in your mouth.
I only opted out of doing this beer because Flacco had the same thing. We seen it in the pre-show. I was like, I don't want to do the same brand. This not so good. The other one, get you some 96, 95, 96. Get you some of that. The Funkin' Growl. Yeah, you pronounce it yourself, boys.
Funkin' Growl.
There's your beer review.
That's
Hazy,
Funkin' Growl.
got a little head to it. Bam. How about that? All right. Done.
Days for days.
Hey, man, I'm excited.
So-
I'm excited about this Illinois Brewing Company. If this Illinois Brewing Company made it to Texas and their beer is this good that I like it, and that good that you like that one,
Mhm.
I'm excited
Yeah.
to try that one.
You
You know what?
It's tart. It's got a little tart to it, like it says on the thing there. It's
I'm
tart.
gonna send all you guys on the panel one of these fucking beers from this one right here. Just
It's
one.
like
Also,
Money.
it's like the rind of the grapefruit. I'm not really good with descriptors, but this one, there's no shame in this game. It's like the rind of it's the white part or the part right before you right before you get to the meat, the pith. Yeah, that's the word. It's the pith of the grapefruit.
English words.
Good.
They
Now,
also
Flacco, when you send those beers out, don't forget we also had craft beer pours in here and John and Nelly.
No, I know. I got them already. I got them counted.
So,
they also do
with that stated, I want to say a big, huge thank you to my awesome panel that I had tonight that made it.
All of
It
them.
made it much more exciting for me to have to rotate everybody through. We did lose a couple panel members in the basement. The basement dragon got them. I want to thank the chat for keeping up, going through and just commenting and staying here to see this crazy show. And anybody that didn't leave a message that may have just been watching, I thank you for lurking. And I hope you guys, even if you didn't join up on panel, I know that we had beer reviews in here, brew reviews. I'm sorry, in the chat, and he said that he just finished up doing a video on a New England IPA. So he had a nice New England IPA to drink in the chat. So yeah, if you guys don't even want to panel up and you just join in the chat, that's awesome. If you bring the same type of beer that we're all
Damn straight,
drinking.
man. Jesse, there's 17 people watching over there, baby. There's 17.
Yeah, 17 people watching. But what I'm going to do now. Anybody that was in the panel, if you want to join back on, click the link. We're closing this down, and this is the part where the panel gets to decide the next 4 styles that we do. So if you want to jump back in, so we can get all that stuff situated off air. But yeah, thank you guys for doing this, for sticking it out. Thank you for my my panel members that constantly come back. Thank you to new panel members and revolving panel members. So cheers, everybody. Thank you for watching this crazy
Jess.
little multi-Monday thing we got going on. And
This is a great production, man. You got it kicking now, man. We're doing
we'll figure it out together for the next style, and I will be doing certain ones when we come up on like St. Patty's Day. That's just going to be, we're not going to do I'm just going to say what we're going to be doing because it's going to be seasonal type stuff. So
fair. Yeah,
May the beer gods keep all of your cups full, guys.
Yeah,
exactly. Indeed.
Cheers, everybody. If anybody else has any other shows going on tonight, if you want to let me know, we can shout that out. We can get people over there to watch that.
Right.
Don't let the Dungeon Dragon get you.
Yeah, what?
Don't let the Dungeon Dragon get you.
I kept the beer
All
bags.
right. Rest in peace to the ones we lost to the dragon tonight.
They're dragging ass in the basement.
Damn, man.
You're too slow. You're dragging ass.
I
Yeah.
brought that to begin with. Y'all drink this shit. That's good beer.
Bam, and cheers, everybody. Okay, panel members, let's get to talking. Good night.
All right.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Chicken grease.